Hello and welcome back to Team Fortress TV. Sorry for that slight intermission there, but hopefully we didn't leave you hanging too long. This is Admirable. Got Starkie here with me on the mic, DavidTheWin on the camera. We're here for the ETF2L 6v6 Nations Cup number 5, powered by TT Esports. It's the bronze final. It's Germany versus Lithuania. We've seen map 1 Gully Wash go 4-2 in favour of the Germans. And now we're going to Granary map 2. Unsure who picked what, but definitely could be an upset on the cards here. We were really selling the Lithuanian dream right at the start of the cast.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how it's going to go for the Germans without, well, Granary's kind of famous for being horrible for demos. So Blub shouldn't be as much of a factor on these middles. So maybe Lithuania have more of a chance? I'm not sure, but Gear is definitely very experienced on all maps. But on Granary, it really shows since it's such a soldier-heavy map. You can do those Roma bombs out of nowhere.
Correction as well, it's just horrible for English demo men. Please don't sully the good name of Granary mid. That Kadis guy, he can't handle it. He couldn't handle the French aggression back in the grand final. Does it pain you?
Don't bring it back. Don't bring back the memories.
Oh, but yeah, a really big performance from Blue on Gully Wash. Might be a different story here on Granary. Like I say, I'm unsure who picked which maps, but it doesn't really matter. Right now, it is match point for the Germans in this best of 3. If they can take this map, they will be crowned, not champions, but bronze medalists here in this Nations Cup. We have gone live, though. Who do you want to see on the first mid, Starkie?
I want to see Gear. I want to see what he does. And I better be impressed by his huge amounts of experience.
I'm going to take a look at Blub just to see where he's rolling out from. He's coming in lower. He's going to pick up the kit. Huey's gone top. Blub's first stick, he's onto the med pack. He's going to be able to leave that when they're actually depth, but now Gear has arrived. He's going to go up and contest. He knows that Delman's coming from that upper side. The combo's probably going to be coming there too, but the scouts deny him. Meanwhile, Lithuania lose 3, both soldiers, and Nuki going down. Nighthawk was weak from Gear's bomb and will be cleaned up as well, even though he did manage to kill off Gear. His team's hopes on this mid, they are no more. They're backing out here. Huey is the last man alive as 3 spawns come in. He does manage to kill off Bash, but not before Bash puts a couple of nice meaty ones into his medic back hard.
Yeah, perfect middle from Germany. At no point did it ever look like they were in a dangerous position. And they're pushing through the left yard. I'm curious. I think they're going to go through garage, probably through the bottom entrance. But Thun is sitting really far back. He seems very, very cautious. But actually, no, they're going to make it up the stairs. And they probably will get forced immediately to come through here. If the Lithuanians play the hand right, and yep, the Germans get forced, and it's just up to Lithuania not to get caught out here. And Blub has gone really deep. He's kind of been launched into the enemy defense. But now all the Germans are coming to help him, but they will get cleaned up by Lithuanian defense.
Yeah, they tried to sort of envelop the Lithuanians there, but they were just tightly packed around their medic and were able to stay within the heal range there. And sort of a little over eager from the Germans. It's something you see a lot in Granary, but they didn't manage to make it work. They didn't just skill it. The Lithuanians deserved to win that fight, and they did so. And now they've retaken CP2, but it's still hotly contested right now as players are being hemorrhaged by Lithuania. Only 3 remain alive. Bash, the only casualty right now for Germany. He's going to try and charge into Huey, but a quickly placed and detonated Sticky will dispatch him. But the Germans still feel like they want to push here. They're going to send in a few players for the force. I don't think they're going to fully commit to this. Gear has jumped up top, tries to escape from the lower entrance, but Nighthawk is going to be the sheriff there. He chases him down and punishes that play. And no pop here from either team just yet. As I say that, both Ubers get popped off. It's like I'm looking into a crystal ball here, Starkie.
Thai's actually gone heavy, and he's going to chase up after the super maybe? If Germany can get in through the door, and it looks like they're going to go through this left side, and they really need to shut down this heavy before he gets into the kind of killing blow distance. And look how low he's going. Huey's just spamming everything he's got onto thigh, and he just can't get close enough to do any damage. And look, the frags are going Lithuania's way, but the health isn't great on the Lithuanian side.
Oh, there's a bomb coming in there deep. That was Gear trying to put the hurt on. He did get 2 frags there, killed off Arvians and Huey. Now the Germans are continuing to move forward, and they still have that heavy weapons guy with so much health there. And as you start to lose players against a team with a heavy, it just really starts to snowball. That health so powerful there in the later stages of that fight, and of course that constant damage from the minigun. But Germany will take that first round there to make it 1-0 at 26 minutes left on the clock, and they have started as they started on the first map, taking the lead here. Starkie, take me to this next mid.
Yeah, I want to see some Lithuanian aggression early on to counter this, the aggression from Gear just creating so much space. And Germany playing fairly defensive apart from Gear, who just steamrolls in ahead. And look, Arvians has flown in, created loads of distraction for Evoke to come and follow up on it, and so much damage onto the German side. And it's just up to the scouts here to clean up all this damage done by their soldiers. And Nighthawk's going to get bash, and surely Schnacker will follow.
Not sure what Blood was waiting for there. He was just standing around the corner in the crate trying to coordinate with Bash, I imagine, but he waited a good 5 to 10 seconds there for Bash to go and die before he showed himself. I mean, if you're going to try and make a play there, distract and get that medic pop, would have been the time to go for it. But he did survive, so maybe he just knows more than I do. They're going to have a demo man on last year, and they can continue to put out damage onto this Lithuanian combo, try and make them think twice about pushing. But the Lithuanians are already in. They're going to lead with their scouts here for a bit of instant vision and scare tactics against the Germans. Uber gets popped off, but they're already in. So far, it's going to be really tough for Germany to hold on here, but with that flag onto Nighthawk, it could work out well for them. Kerry and Thun go down. There's still a lot of damage available for the Germans as Blue comes back on the field. Gear just controlling the high ground there. Eventually will drop down, puts a rocket onto the medic. Arvians and Huey are both super weak here. They're trying to be kept on life support. Blue, last man alive for Germany as the Lithuanians manage to weather that storm and just chip away at those German frags. Get the kills with the medic down there and make it 1-1.
Yeah, really good last push there from Lithuania. They didn't rush it. They knew they had the health advantage after that initial Uber, and just took it from there with the heals. And I want to see Arvians see what he can do again with this early bomb. See if he goes for it again. I wonder if he's going to do the patented Daleth bomb, where you jump really high off the wall. But no, he's got in unnoticed onto the medic here, and he takes him down. And it's up to the Lithuanian team if they can protect and back up, but they can't. The aggression flies in from Germany to pick off that medic, but it looks like it's going to cost them the mid.
Nighthawk and Nikki are still contesting this. Do they realise that Bloob is on top of them? They're both going for the same med pack here. Bloob's just been tagging Nikki with a few stickies as he walked in there, wondering where that damage was coming from. Bash, of course, taking the attention of Nighthawk here, but I mean, a little bit of focus fire might have ended this engagement a lot quicker, but Nighthawk will win that one-on-one with Bash, and now he realises that Bloob is still up there. He's just trying to get him there from the low ground, but Bloob with the little health kit up there grabs the pills, is going to survive. But Nuki went all the way behind to wait for Thun. They sort of taken their eye off the ball there. They forgot about that second scout, and he played the long con there, realised maybe he couldn't contest the demo man up top, went and hid for the medic and gets Thun with the 2-shot.
Yeah, Backup's almost built up his crit streak here, 95%. But it's not so good for them now because he's trying to push into second, and the German team is going to be trying to force his Uber, but he doesn't have it. So if it's a successful bomb, he'll just die. But it looks like they've done a good job of singling out the German players and forcing their way in. But I've just realised there's a huge backcap going on from Germany. I didn't even see this going on. There's fighting all over the map from both seconds, and Lithuania have had to back off to try and protect their second point because they're still one player behind.
Yeah, at the same time, Arvians was deep in onto Thun as well, and did a lot of damage. The combo slowed them down a little bit, so they couldn't really move up quickly and
The crits is
play off that
popped
distraction. Yeah, the crits was popped off there, really, really ineffectual. Like, this first sticky that he used ended up just being a trap on the big door there, or on the ramp room. He actually deaths it now. 2 crit stickies wasted, but the scouts are in so fast that RDNs just gets totally caught in position there, playing on the low ground. Nighthawk gonna take a one-on-one with Vice though in the lunchbox, and then is now going for the second against Thai here. He hasn't down to 33, but eventually Thai is gonna win out there. But I mean, really, the Lithuanians committing way too many people to guards there, and Germany catches them out with a pretty simple standard play there to push through that garage door and work the flank.
Yeah, I was really surprised that round that Germany managed to get so many players behind, and it's gonna win them the round, that single backhat play. Surely, yeah. I had a quick moment of doubt there. I thought the Lithuanians could have done it after they got a couple of frags, but no, of course, 2v6, it's unlikely.
I mean, I think that reading into it, the crits, the field crits, was maybe just like creating a bad atmosphere there on the Lithuanian Mumble for that passage of play. Like, they just seemed to fall apart after that. They were playing really mindless, but they get a reset here as we go to the 4th middle. It is 2-1 Germany, 20 minutes on the clock. Hui's playing from the low ground, but both the scouts are up top, looking to see if Gear wants to contest him this time, but he is playing around big door there, just keeping back RVNs, who's on very low health, getting pressured by a scout here, but the heals from back are excellent, keeping his man alive for now. And Lithuania just sit back, and they've managed to let the Germans come forward and play their game. They just dictated that whole middle. They killed off everybody, a complete wipe against the German players. I mean, the Germany sat back too, but Gear didn't really roam at all. He just tried to deny RVNs from the big door, but didn't do much himself. They just gave position to the Lithuanians, who were able to get those early frags, and like, not much Germany could do there from their sort of original stance. Look at Thai sniping here though. He's going to open that roller door. He thinks twice about it. He's going to back off. He was going to go for the hero play, but now Germany up against it. Big advantage here for the Lithuanians, Starkie.
Yeah, let's see these shoot mania rails here. See how well they translate to TF2 sniping. But they're going to come out from the opposite door of the one he's looking at, and it gets forced off, so he's going to have to change off. And it's all about the amount of damage and position the Lithuanians can get with the Zuba. And it's looking pretty good so far. They just need to get enough damage onto this heavy, but Evoke goes down so low, he's the only one getting decent position, and now it's a toss-up. I couldn't decide which team's going to win this, but as the frags go in the way of Germany, and it's just Nuki behind, and all he can really hope to do is delay the Germans long enough for the spawners to come in and defend second. But actually he gets Thai, a bit of a poor play from Thai.
Oh yeah, the couple of like 4 free shots on the back there, jumped over his head, but he did enough to distract. Neighbor gets popped off there by Thun, but yeah, Nuki making the most of a pretty bad situation. They've got the ends poised up top, hoping that the Germans want to push off that little man advantage there in the Uber force, but the Germans are taking it very cagely here. You see Kerry just poking in alone from the left hand side in their perspective, but they've realised that the defense is the stronger option here. They're going to sit back. Both scouts playing very defensive here. Nobody wants to give away any cheap frags. Gear realises they need some health if they want to try and buy time. He's going to switch off to the heavy weapons guy, and they're going to sit back here and turtle up. They want the Lithuanians to jump at them. These scouts are trying to destroy them, but Nighthawk gets Kerry straight away. He was the farthest forward player. He just turned around and quick 2-shot there, killed the soldier off, and all the Germans run into the spawn instead of trying to sacrifice a few players to block the point. And that was a pretty strange push, a bit of a soft one for Germany to give away. Even though they were a bit of a disadvantage, it was definitely a holdable situation, but they seemed to crumble there, Starkie.
Yeah, I was a bit confused by that push. They sent a demo and a scout from top, and I was going to be, oh, it's going to be the scout taking a flash of the Uber and just rushing up top. But he just jumped out the window without getting a single flash of the Uber, and then Germany just seemed to back off into spawn. Very strange play. And I want to see Blub. He doesn't seem to get any space on these middles. But as I say that, he's moving aggressively across the point, and it looks like Germany's got all the position, all the damage here, and they should be able to take this mid.
Yeah, Gear really carving them open right there. He went straight onto their battlements as Lithuania tried to play on their own side of middle behind the crate there and didn't really seem to have a plan. Or as soon as he got behind them, they knew they had to back out, so their combo left and basically beat out 2 or 3 players on their side, but at least Baccarat survived. Thai goes down on the point though, a quick death from Hui, going to catch him with the trap, and the Germans are looking to commit to this. They're going to get forced as well, but RVNs gets in a little too deep there. Probably didn't need to die, but it is a 5-on-5 right now. The point is slightly capped, but the Ubers have faded here. Nighthawk picks up a frag onto Bash, and that's not going to help out his German counterparts here. Totally committed in the garage. The big flank comes in, and that's a meat grinder right there on the low ground. Avok going to be able to clean up Gear right at the end of that as well. Thai was first to die to that trap, and he's the first to spawn here. He's all alone on mid. He's going to take a one-on-one with Nuki, but gets absolutely mullered, and that's going to be a wipe, and then one more as well on the German side. 7 down there.
Yeah, it was well played by Nuki there, coming in from the flank, like just destroying the entire team, just kind of stuck in the garage area. Just sat behind them, didn't even have to move because they were so unaware of his presence. Just sat there and just hit the meat shots into the opponent's backs. And now Lithuania have an uber advantage, and look where Gear is. He's in the very old hiding spot in Granary that no one really uses anymore on. Of course it's on Granary, but on the little silo.
Yeah, some of those spots have been removed, I think, but that one's still there, right? Clearly.
Yeah. And they've not spotted him, but unfortunately for him, the medic has actually gone to the wrong yard, so he's just going to be able to pick up a Roma frag. And surely should be shut down now, yeah. And both Ubers get forced off, but Thun has no one to heal. And Germany they can't do anything. Thun was just standing in second, looking around, waiting for players, but no one was coming, and he was forced to back out. And a kind of undeserved point there from Lithuania. Germany should have fought it a bit harder.
Nighthawk running in on that left pipe, creating a lot of distraction for the box to bomb in, but he gets in onto the German combo. Doesn't get the frag on Thun he was probably looking for, but they have managed to pick up 3 against the Germans. Thai's fighting the rest of Lithuania all in the zone in the left of that last point. Nuki steps out of line there, actually picking up the 2k onto Nighthawk, and Nuki really shutting down that attempt at aggression there from Lithuania with some nice pipes. Thai realizes that RVNs is still behind, having killed off Thun, and he's going to be able to shut him down, but I guess that play was a success, and the fact they killed off the medic, now they've got a big advantage, and they're going to be able to move forward here. The heals are just getting back on the field for Germany, but already Lithuania are on top of the point. They're in 2 minds here as to whether to wait for the frag to try and play the point. They've tried to do both, and I'm not sure if this is going to work out. Thun's doing his best to heal up his scouts here. There will be spawns coming in from Lithuania, but right now it's a 3-on-3, but wow, the big melee, the pain train has arrived.
Bringing the pain.
Here he cleans up those German scouts, and Lithuania get around the board and taking the lead for the first time in this best of 3.
Yeah, that was a bit of a sketchy push there. It looked like it could have gone either way at the start, but then the damage came out from Lithuania as the spawns. They had a couple of spawns coming in late and got the frags late in the fight and capped the point. But he was taking a lot of damage on this myth. He's kind of stuck in this top area by Blood. And if Germany uses this early advantage to walk across the point, and it looks like they have, and this could win the mid. But as I say that, Lithuania just forced their way out, get 2 frags, and it's only Kerry and Thun up, and Thun's going to go down, and it's going to be a complete wipe.
Yeah, it was like I thought for a second the Germans were going to like keep the Lithuanians contained in the ramp room and switch their attention onto those scouts on the flank, but Huey just put out so much damage there, like from the safety of the ramp room. I feel like the Germans slightly overcommitted there, lost a few people they shouldn't have. Like it shouldn't have been so hard, but they got punished, and Lithuania with the momentum now, having taken that previous round, taking the lead here, and now taking the territory lead in this, the 6th round of the second map here. They want to take Granary, they need to take Granary so we can go and see Process as the decider. Poised up top, ready to go. Actually get forced out there by Gear, who kills off Huey as well, so now that even this big Uber advantage, they're going to be missing a lot of damage. Baccarat realizes He's cagey here. He's unsure if he should commit. He is going to go in though, but his team are losing players slowly but surely. Evoke and Nighthawk down on different spawns as well. The Germans are doing their best to keep on the point here. Nuki's behind again. Do they realise?
His favourite spot. I don't know.
Do they realise?
Surely they realise. Yeah,
Gear's
looking for him. He didn't see him.
He's hidden between the pipes there. I know our outlines are broken, but hopefully we can see that. He's just standing there and the point's so almost capped.
Should have stayed there.
Poor time, and he probably would have been spotted for sure from the big window there in the spawn, but it could have been the greatest play. It could have been our spawn moment. Do you think of CS?
It keeps them distracted long enough to Lithuanian to get their spawners, and hopefully they're not going to get caught out by Gear again in the same position and know, like, Evoke sees it coming and Huey's not walking at the front and won't get picked off again. He doesn't make mistakes like that twice in a row. And Lithuania are pushing in from the left yard and there's no sniper, so they don't have to force until really late in the fight. And look, Germany are stuck in spawn and it's an easy cap. I don't know why they weren't running a sniper there, because Bash can snipe as far as I know. He seems a fairly decent sniper. And just the presence of a sniper forces you really early because you don't want to drop Uber.
Or do you? No, wait, you don't. I always get that one mixed up, but we are going here to the 7th middle. It is 4-2 in favour of Lithuania, who are right in the crest of a wave here. They've got 2 scouts up top again. Both scouts of Germany playing on the floor here, so they're trying to really focus on that ground game. Kerry's going to go forward into Hui. He was all alone in the corner there, and Lithuania just getting smashed. Evoke Last Man Alive is going to dive in there, try and win this. Oh, he will kill off that scout from beyond the grave. Gets the 2k, killing off both scouts in fact. Bash and Thai going down to his rockets. But Bloob is still alive here. He's going to start that cap on mid and in fact finish it. But the respawn's coming in here for both medics. Will either of them choose to go crits?
I doubt Thun. Oh no, I say that. You're absolutely right. Thun does go crits and he'll have Uber at the same time as Bakar, or roundabout. So I assume what they're planning to do is force or expect Bakar to push and then they'll force them and then re-crits on them. Or just go for the hero crit sticky drop through that window because you can't see the crits coming.
Yeah, playing crits from this position, it's sort of like the same as running a sniper or a spy. You know, you're going to take your shot, and if you get the foresight, if you get the drop, great. If you get the foresight, you're just going to back out to mid and use that strong defensive position. They're going to drop Bash here actually, which will definitely encourage the Lithuanians to push if they manage to get that Uber off in time. But the Germans seem a little bit unsure as to what to do here. They're going to use that crit. It does foresight the Uber, but no real damage done. They're just going to back off here and hope that the Lithuanians overextend into them. But Gear is sort of in a position here, a poor position. He's getting caught a little bit, but he will kill off Nighthawk. I thought he was going to go down for sure there without any trade. Bloob's going to go in and try and do as much damage as possible as the German combo of Bash and Thin back out towards CP2. They're going to continue to send in a few players. They're like trying to get that medic pick, I guess, but why do they need to do that? If they have the crit advantage now, they're going to have pretty terrible spawns here. Bloob not going to be up to do any damage in the yard or hold anywhere, and the Lithuanians know like what they're up against here if they've been paying attention. It's still crits, and they can sit back as they're doing here in the yard. You see Huey set up the sticky trap, and even Ardian's playing very passively on the flank. They don't want to give away any cheap frags. Tyson coming in to help out Bash here and try and push him out though, but they're just going to keep backing out until they get that Uber charge up.
Yeah, the fact that Thai survived may even work against them because they know Epsilon Bash, I'm getting confused. They know Germany has to push in with this crits and it's so difficult to push on Grand Rain. And look, Huey just flies in and spanks Blob just as he's trying to get out into garage, and it looks like it's going to be a round for Lithuania.
Yeah, the Lithuanians knew exactly what they wanted to do off the back of that crits, just like bait it out. They waited long enough to get the charge up. Huey chasing him down. Bash is doing his best to hold on to things here though. He's pushing Evokche forward with that pistol damage in the air into the waiting Gear there. He will clean up, but Lithuania have managed to cap off CP4 there, will get those forward spawns. They can afford to, you know, try and go aggressive there and make some heroic plays. Baccarat knew it was time to back out. He has survived, and Thin on the respawn has decided to go Uber here, but they're not even going to wait for charge. They want to play this non-Uber game, try and get in here and win back a few rounds here. With only less than 7 minutes left on the clock. They're still 2 down. Lithuanians are finding frags though, as the Germans' aggression sort of peters out a little bit there. It just seemed to fizzle. And here comes that Lithuanian Uber right side. Huey's on to Blub. He's got him down on 80. He managed to surf up top onto the pipe. Demoman will survive. But there's nobody here to block the point. It's all on Kerry. Scout coming in actually 5 from behind, Bash from the front. But they step away from the point, take their eyes off the prize there for a second, and Lithuania get another round on the board to make it 5-2.
Yeah, it was definitely, like, it seems counterintuitive that it's a bad thing to keep your medic alive, but when the enemy knows you've got that crits, I mean, you're forced to push, and it's so difficult on this map that he lost in the round.
Yep, absolutely. Huey's going to roll in from the lower side. Bloob's up top. He's taking a little bit of pistol fire here. Gear going to bomb straight in. Gear with the huge plays.
Wow.
Takes down Demoman and Medic. And did he get no? Blue.
He got a third frag while he was falling down after being denied by a scout, and slapped him just as he fell to his death. Really well played by Gear, and it's going to be a complete wipe after Evoke dies really late on second. Really well played by Gear, completely carrying his mid through that middle. Carrying his team through that middle.
That was like Route 1 TF2. I'm going to bomb directly into your combo as soon as I see them in the middle, but annihilated them right there. Now Lithuania going to have to try and play the clock here. They're whipping out the heavy weapons guy. They want to tank on last. Arviant is holding real close forward here. It actually gets a frag onto Gear for his troubles. And he sees Thigh on the pipe. Actually, he's turning around trying to shoot Uber guys here. But I think Lithuania could hold on here. The help on Germany is absolutely abysmal. Lots of red players flashing all over the place. Baccarat's trying to go one-on-one with Thigh, but Evoke realizes quickly enough that his medic is under threat. He will save him. The respawn's coming in for the German side. Thin and Gear. Well, Thin survives actually, but he's going to leave Gear to go forward and fall back himself towards middle. He's very weak. Lithuania retaking control of their own 2. The clock continues to tick down, 4 minutes 30 seconds here, but 3 rounds the difference, and the Germans have to make the plays here. They can't sit back.
Yeah, Bash is really keen to go hard on this flank, and he's got right in the face of Huey, and Uber gets forced off, and now it's up to Germany to try and juke and jive and get around this Uber, and to try and build it up on their own and re-push this second point. And they don't have a lot of time to do it in. And Lithuania is simply pushing out into left yard, and this could be a big mistake for them. But Nuki comes in from behind and just smidge into the combo and drops Gear and Thun. A double domination on them. Really well played. And that could be the round-winning flank. I mean, the game-winning flank.
80% they're not there. Like, I mean, they could have waited for, you know, less 8 seconds, whatever, to get that charge up. Thigh died as well. Like, if they just taken a second to look at the scoreboard, they could have said, okay, maybe wait a second here. We can still do a good push and have enough time for 3 rounds if we just wait. But they didn't, and now it's just it's getting harder and harder here for them to come back. But don't be thinking that this game is over, guys. This is good news for you. In fact, this is a best of 3. Lithuania lost the first map, but they're going to win the second here, and that'll take us to the third process. Right now, though, the game continues as Nighthawk just powers forward with Nuki. They kill off Blood, then Nighthawk runs into last, finishes off Thin with the pistol. The Germans on the respawn here are really taking a beating in the last few minutes, the last 10 minutes or so. They have just been at the mercy of Lithuania, and wow, that was a pretty fast map change right there. Did they just tapped out? Like, they didn't even go to 90 seconds remaining?
Yeah, probably they saw it was dead time and just decided to change the map.
It's German efficiency. They know when they're beat. They're out there, man.
So is process, if I remember correctly, is the third map process?
Yeah, that's what I was told. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick look here and hope that there were logs from that Granary game. Yes, there were, in fact. So we'll take a quick ganders at that before we go to the third map. Yeah, David's confirming that it is process as well, but top damage this time. The award goes to Huey. Bloob not able to hit that 400 mark this time. Neither Demo Man, in fact, doing that. But Huey out damaging him by about 14k. No wait, 1400.
14k.
Yeah, quite a few more frags. But look at a Vox stepping up there. 30 frags on Soldier, 33 for Nuki as well. And still a pretty disappointing round from Thai. Look at that, 10 for 2 for 23. Scout is tough to play on Granary, but it's not that hard, is it?
Yeah, look, the flags really say it all on just the scouts for Lithuania. I mean, Nuki had 30 deaths on the first game, I think, if I remember correctly, but now he's going 33 for 17. I mean, it's such a huge step up from him.
Oh, we see as well that it went 7-2, so it was a cap out. That's why they changed the map so early. Didn't want to wait for us, those bastards. But yeah, a very favourable game there for Lithuania, and all the team stats as well are coming out ahead. Except for the mids, actually. That was close, 5-4 in favour of Germany there. But once the Lithuanians got the momentum going, they were pretty unstoppable there. Look at the rounds as well. It was 6 rounds without response from Germany. That was quite devastating, and that might really affect their mental state going into the third map here.
Yeah, I think there are similar looking heal stats for Germany, and it just doesn't seem to have the same effect on Granary as it does on Gullywash. Because Gullywash is such a demo map, and Granary, it's so much harder to play demo because there are soldiers all over the place just coming out of nowhere, and you just don't feel as confident taking that room to do damage. And like Bloob getting the most amount of heals on his team didn't really do enough damage to warrant getting those heals.